We're leaving today and entering a world of Mickey Mouse waving, princess meeting and greeting, lightsaber clashing, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror dropping, Banshee flying, Space Mountain launching, galaxy rewinding. What's the one with galaxy rewinding? Fireworks igniting. World of other worlds. For whatever you love. Infinite worlds await at the most magical place on Earth. Walt Disney World Resort.
Springfest is happening now at Lowe's. Keep the spotlight on your yard with Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch. 5 bags for $10. Plus, when you want more help indoors, get up to 40% off select major appliances that help you supercharge your chores. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid to 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
The comedy movie event of the year, Mike and Nick and Alice. Now streaming only on Hulu and Disney+.
Time to party.
That's a great attitude.
It's a time-traveling, ass-kicking movie event.
You sound insane.
Starring Vince Vaughn, James Marsden, and Asa Gonzalez.
I thought you were a clone.
Well, clones aren't real, dummy.
And time machines are super grounded in reality.
Mike and Nick and Alice. Rated R. Written and directed by Ben David Grabinski. Only on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Jeremy, how did the live stream pitch clock go yesterday?
It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. It was me, Chris, Ethan, then we had a variety of people.
All show up at the same time.
Yeah, including Mike Ryan. Thank you for stopping by in the midst of absolute chaos on the Zoom.
Yeah, it was. It seemed like you guys were dealing with some adversity there.
Yes, we pushed through.
Yeah.
Middle innings, middle relievers coming in.
I didn't even get to say Travis Hafner, which is something but I got to
Sizemore.
say I got to say Michael Kadire and Corey Koski. So my job there was done.
Yep, it felt good. It felt good to have everybody there.
I will tell you, I felt a little bit bad. All right, I'll admit this. I'll cop this. I felt bad 2 days ago. You know, the day before we're doing the stream, and I was like, oh, you got a live stream coming up tomorrow, pitch clock. And was like, yeah, you could. Yeah. You know, zoom in between 3 and 5, and my response, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people zoomed in.
And I think Jeremy took it as like, oh, all right.
No, not at all.
I felt a little bit bad.
No, you shouldn't feel bad. That's what it's like when I ask friends to hang out.
Well, I wanted to join, for real. I really did.
Yeah.
I'm on to you.
I wanted to.
You stop. I'm on.
I was literally like, Lewis, send me the Zoom, but then I forgot.
You know what we talked about a lot was your boy O'Neal Cruz having truly a dreadful day.
Oh, yeah.
Like just one of the worst days I've seen on an opening day.
Wear sunglasses.
Yeah, just wear sunglasses.
161 games to go.
He missed 2 fly balls to center field because he's not wearing sunglasses. He was the first person to have ABS negatively affected.
Yes.
He had a walk turned into a strikeout. Just a bad day.
And then the next guy hit a homer. He could have been on. Brutal,
hold on. So tell me about that. He had a walk that turned to a strikeout. Like, was he already on his way to first base?
He was like walking towards
3-2
first,
pitch.
and then they challenged it, and he had to turn around and come back.
Is he just like standing in the middle of the baseline waiting for the ABS?
He was just doing his normal, like starting to take off his stuff, got like 10 feet down, and had to just turn around.
It was great.
And then he struck out.
Yeah, it was tough for him.
So I unfortunately hopped in the Zoom at the same time everybody else did, but I was a little delayed because I wanted to have all the games on TV, which this year ESPN's app is a home of MLB.tv. Now, a little something for the sports fans out there. Apparently, I had the MLB package all of last year because I'm a legacy subscriber, and they'll renew it automatically for you. So
there was a time where you willingly bought the package.
Yeah, when I was doing my first year of a now 3-year bit of being a Mariners fan, I watched a bunch of Mariners game that first year and then just assumed I didn't have the package all of last year, so I got back out of baseball, but apparently I was paying for it the entire time because I checked and I'm like, okay, let me just go to the ESPN app. I think I have this MLB package because I saw a charge this time, and I go to do it, and I got the prompt that says, get access. Now, I am an Xfinity customer, and it took several months to be able to get ESPN Unlimited. And I had this additional subscription that was Disney, but with commercials, Hulu, and ESPN Select. So this afforded me the opportunity to get a little tight. But here's the thing. ESPN is trying to trick you because you can't do things on the app. You can't manage your accounts conveniently on your phone.
.tv sounds like it's like a computer.
You can't even do it from the app itself. The only thing that really got me results was doing everything via desktop.
Yeah.
And it's intentional because they want you to have multiple subscriptions out there. But after 20 minutes of a lot of hard work, and this is a segment we like to call Old Guys Complaining About Streaming, I finally got alignment. I reduced one of my additional subscriptions that I don't need anymore because the Xfinity thing finally worked, and that took 15 minutes because they make that extra hard. But I watched baseball, and I had multiple games on when it came to baseball. Yeah. And it was a beautiful thing to see. I was into the sport of baseball for a day, and I joined this stream. But I'm doing a public service, folks. You're going to have to do this all via desktop, which is like the most boomer way to do it. So many of you are probably thrilled about
The MLB app
this.
didn't work?
No, dude. I also, forgot my password, so I'm like, all right,
That's a
send me
tough
my
part.
password. But then I never got the email for the password, so I got to go on the
You
desktop.
got to make sure you put in the right email.
I
Good point,
did.
Zaz.
There's just different ways around it. It's all exhausting and it's meant to be difficult. I keep telling myself, man, I feel so old. I feel like such an idiot. But the thing is, the system tries to make it super hard for you.
I think this is also a difficult year in that there's a transition here from the regional sports network model to so many of these teams going internal that they have everything through, whether it's Marlins.tv, Rays.tv, whatever that is. So now, literally as of yesterday, and this is MLB doing these negotiations all the way for all of these teams. As of yesterday, they were just announcing which over-the-air channels you would be able to access the different teams from. So like the Marlins announced, hey, you can get it on AT&T, on Comcast, Infinity, Charter, Fubo, but you didn't know that until yesterday. So if you were a fan who was trying to look in advance, you might have felt the need to go buy the subscription. Luckily, these subscriptions are at a reasonable price, but then you might have this issue that Mike ran into. So if you want to watch a game like tonight or want to continue through the weekend, you should get yourself set up in advance.
I had 25 minutes, and it was like, do my taxes or be able to watch sports. And
You got to go sports.
I went sports. I
that's
had
what you should
25 minutes to be able to watch sports.
You don't have a guy that does your taxes?
I do have it. Yeah, but I got to prepare stuff, dude.
Don't have a guy?
Yeah, I have.
I got a guy.
It's a lady.
Trust me, I got a guy.
I got one of those guys.
It's a lady. It's a really good one. But
Guess what
I
religion
also have to
he
get
is.
my stuff together.
Gotcha.
You got a lot of.
Trust me, I got you.
Yeah,
I had to do some work too.
Yeah, but I'd rather watch baseball, which is crazy considering the discourse.
All right, sounds really complicated how we're going to watch baseball.
Yeah, that's how much. Look, when it comes to baseball or doing taxes, I'll give baseball this. I prefer watching baseball.
All right, it's a hell of an endorsement. Jeremy, let's do a stat of the day.
Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day.
Stat of the day is presented by Moneyline. Download the Moneyline app or visit moneyline.com to learn more. Moneyline, make money easy.
We've got 3 competing stats of the day here, all freshman related for college basketball, men's college basketball here. So first, per OptaStats, Arizona had 3 freshmen who scored 15 points or more on 60% shooting or more. It's the first time that's ever happened in an NCAA tournament game. Okay. Illinois had a pair of freshmen to each have a double-double. It's the first time it's happened in an NCAA tournament game since freshmen became fully eligible in 1972. And Darius Acuff Jr. scored the most points through 3 career men's NCAA tournament games by a freshman over the last 50 years. He passed Zion Williamson's record of 80 points through 3
That's
games.
the one.
Which is the most impressive.
Why would a freshman not be eligible to play?
Yeah, it's weird.
Back in the day, you used to have JV. They wouldn't be able to play.
It was like a
on the
mandatory
varsity
redshirt,
team.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Okay, so we'll get rid of that one. So
You know,
then
it used to be-
Darius Acuff?
You should,
That's
back
the
in the
one.
day, you couldn't dunk. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah,
He
back in
still
the day,
can.
That
they
wasn't
didn't-
just an athleticism?
They didn't think, hey, dunking is like showboating on the other team, so you couldn't actually dunk. That's why you see back in the day, like everybody like laying it up and finger rolling. They didn't allow you
that's
to
why I
dunk.
know those highlights. Like Will Chamberlain is
It's
finger rolling when he can easily dunk.
Exactly right, because dunking was like a faux pas. You couldn't dunk.
Wow, did you know that, Dave? You're shaking your head. Yes, you knew that.
At UCLA, and Tony is right again with the freshman season. There was a freshman team. You were not allowed to play varsity ball until your sophomore year.
Thank you, Dave.
I know there's a lot of excitement in the air for baseball opening day, as there rightfully should be. But let's not forget our brothers playing spring football, because it's also opening day for the UFL. Now, as you know, I'm a big XFL guy. I really don't like this UFL branding, but this sport has done a lot this offseason to try to shock the system.
Why don't you like the branding? What is it?
I'm an XFL guy
what's the branding?
because I'm a child of the Attitude Era. All right?
You know about that He Hate Me?
Yes, I know plenty about He Hate Me. And unfortunately, one of the many things that COVID took from us was the fact that the XFL relaunch right before COVID impacted everyone's life was actually really good. And the ratings were good. It was getting traction. And then we are where we are right now, which is the UFL struggling to recapture even those highs.
Do you remember how the XFL used to do, instead of a coin toss, what they did at the beginning of the game? To
Yes,
the ball?
the scrum for the ball. It was great. Dave?
I was just saying I enjoyed that element.
No, you
continue,
weren't.
Mike.
Kirby, I believe Kirby Dardar was on one of those teams.
Really?
Yeah, doing some of the scrums. And I think like the very third one, someone tore his shoulder, because obviously that stuff is going to happen. But I have surprising news. This may surprise you guys. The UFL game for one of the expansion teams in Louisville is completely sold out. Completely sold out. Yes, because it's a good football town. They're actually playing, I believe, at the same stadium the Louisville Cardinals play in. But I don't know if you've seen what the UFL strategy is to get people to the games this opening weekend, but it's brilliant. Ludacris is playing at a halftime.
Luda?
Nelly is playing at a halftime. Gucci Mane is playing at a halftime. DJ Khaled is playing at a halftime. Gavin DeGraw doesn't fit this general theme, but he is playing at halftime.
Got some bangers.
They have incredible halftime performers playing at these games, and it's apparently going to be really effective. More so than even the football is come out, watch the Houston Gamblers. Back to the Gamblers, by the way. That's a big one because I hated the Roughnecks.
Roughnecks was stupid.
Hated the Roughnecks. You had the Gamblers branding the entire time. I know Dave's with me on this one. I could watch the Gamblers, not expecting much from them this season. Man, that's window dressing on a Ludacris concert, Dave.
I am a child not of the XFL, but of the USFL era, which, in fact, with the AFL notwithstanding, is the second best incarnation of football as an answer to the NFL, the XFL, UFL. They kind of suck and are irrelevant, and it begs the question: why do they not just throw as much money as they possibly have at Colin Kaepernick and other names that get heat like that? That's the solution, isn't it? What am I missing about that?
What you're missing was who was running the XFL at first. And how, when the XFL first announced, back when Colin Kaepernick still had a window, I guess, because now the guy hasn't played for 10 years.
No, not.
Now it's ridiculous.
should he.
But, they part of the press conference that Vince McMahon had was there will absolutely be zero kneeling. Yeah. He made it very clear that Colin Kaepernick really wasn't in the cards. Yeah.
I get it, but the UFL, when it's, I can't even remember how many times the UFL has attempted to launch itself, but within 3 years, or, 3-4 years ago, they certainly could have done that with Colin Kaepernick. And even if you remove him, if you find him problematic for whatever reason, just big name guys, throw all the loot you can possibly find. In the same way that your soccer team in Miami went out and got Messi, that's the solution, isn't it?
There are some interesting names, though. Everyone will look to the quarterback position, and you have Matt Corral, but Benny Snell, I don't know, that probably does zero for you.
DTR in Orlando,
yeah, John Ross, Laviska Shenault, there are players that you're I remember him. It is dudes naming dudes on the UFL, and I think that what they try to do with the product is shock the system a little bit, and the NFL has already taken some cues from the Spring Ball League, formerly known as the XFL, now presently the UFL. I don't think the games are bad. I think that the talent will surprise you, And I think from an in-game experience, you throw Gucci Mane or Ludacris at me or Nelly and the St. Lunatics, I'm inclined to have a good time.
Gavin
because
DeGraw?
as you know, Dave, I like to sit outside and drink an ice-cold beer.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to take you to task for that, friend. I'd like to be right next to you with a beer in my own hand.
Watching a baseball game from 6 months ago.
I'm trying to... That's right.
Hey, Roy, buddy. Yo. You know that energy shift when the game gets good and everybody, all together, in unison, knows to stand up on their feet?
Oh, absolutely, Mike.
Yeah, you've been at many big-time sporting events. You know that moment quite well. That's what it's like when you take your first sip of Cuervo.
Oh, delicious.
It's the signal that says, we're not checking the time anymore, pal. It's when small talk turns into stories. Cuervo, man, it's that high-five a random stranger effect. That's right. The game is popping. You're hugging people you never met before. That's the kind of energy that Cuervo brings. It's so smooth, so delicious. That's the Cuervo effect. Keep it Cuervo.
You guys hear that? That's the sound of my calendar flipping over to March. Yes, I know March is more than halfway over. Don't bog me down with details. Just stick with me here because March means one thing. It means college basketball insanity. DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is built for March. The tournament is unpredictable. Kind of like me, but the rewards are guaranteed. And DraftKings is delivering some of the most generous rewards on the market. Are you new to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DAN. That's code DAN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Hey, who wants to hear me do that crazy noise again? I do.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
America leads the world in medicine development. It matters. We get new medicines first, nearly 3 years faster. 5 million Americans go to work because we make medicines here at home. And not relying on other countries keeps us safe. But China is racing to overtake us. Will we let them, or will we choose to stay ahead? When America leads, America cures. Let's tell Washington to keep us in the lead.
Learn how at americacures.com. Paid for by Pharma.
Don Le Batard.
If Daniel Day-Lewis did it, you'd be jerking off all over yourself.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I would be.
Aggressive
Come
description.
on. I mean, what is it? What is that?
No, I'm just saying.
No,
You know what?
That's
you're
me.
just saying what?
That's me.
That was
Daniel
something
Day-Lewis
brewing
does
from
something.
yesterday, yeah.
Hold on.
I see that photo of Daniel Day-Lewis looking like Lincoln before he's about to start filming Lincoln. And you know what I do, Amin?
Stugotz.
I jerk off all over myself. That's what I do.
Lincoln, who you outed the other day?
Don't make this a rejoin.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I'm trying to think, though, of who are those names. I say Colin Kaepernick, but, practically his ship has sailed. It would be bad for him to throw himself out there between the lines, even in the UFL. He'd probably get himself hurt. Then again, there is Joe Flacco. But is there a name out there that's sort of like, boy, that would be an interesting fit for a secondary league? I advocate, by the way, a little self-promo. We Football America, Pablo Torre coming out within a matter of minutes here. Make sure you check that one out. But I do address exactly that. Doesn't the NFL need at last a minor league like every other major sport has here? The CFL is sitting there. The UFL. There's some opportunity there. I guess it's because of the collisions. You don't want to throw your young prospects out there for games.
Also, it already exists with college football.
Yeah, that's true. But the CFL and the brain trust behind the UFL were very close 3 years ago to some sort of merger partnership, and it fell apart. Dave, I know spring football isn't your thing because you like college football, you love the NFL, but doesn't the current president of Football America owe it to his football Americans to give spring football a chance?
I'm down. I'm down. I'm not getting up on Mount Pius about it. My heart is open, and so too will my eyeballs this weekend. I'm more than willing to give it another shot. I've given it many shots because, as you say, I love football. I've watched USFL, XFL, UFL, and all the rest of it. I'm down.
I wonder what Football America thinks of a couple, rules that they actually have in the USF and the UFL that they don't in the NFL. Once you get to, Tony, once you move the ball into plus territory, you are not allowed to punt.
I love that. Be bold.
There's no punting once you're on the other side of the field.
Good. Yeah. 4th and 13? Go for it.
And I think like a 60-yard field goal is worth 4 points. So you might find yourself, like there's strategy implied now with the battle of real estate acquisition, math being done. I'm willing to let this play out and see if this stuff works in the NFL. I know the notion of a kick being worth more points scares people, but I would argue on the other side of the coin, to Zaz's original point, is like this is also making punting less important.
Correct. And also the hypothetical we drew out a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, was, all right, if it's 4th or 3rd and whatever, are you actually going to go back to try and get a 4-point kick instead of a 3-point kick? I think things can get a little wacky.
I think you're right. Like, if I have the ball 3rd down and I'm on the 41-yard line, I may want to lose a couple
yards. Little draw play go the other way?
Yeah, is that like that? That's kind of wacky, right?
And because the UFL has done this stuff with all these rules and being creative, it's kind of I'm on this algo where people are pitching football.
My
rules.
algo's different than yours.
I know your algo. You should have known
that good algo
Rome if your algo is what it says it is. But Dave, there was one rule that I saw somebody propose that I'm curious your thoughts on. At one point in the game, you can decide we're going to give the opposing team 6 points. Just give us the ball. We're not going to let them milk the clock. Like, we are conceding. They score. Just give us a ball.
Cute, a contrivance. It's a fine line between trying to push the envelope and get some attention for your league. And, if it really thrives and then the NFL picks it up, it's validating and all of that. But I think you do run the risk of just being a punchline, a joke league. The XFL did too much whenever it was 20 years plus ago now. It went too far, so it seems silly. It was hard to take seriously because it didn't feel like they were taking themselves seriously.
Well,
not to be a hardo, right?
How many times have you been watching?
That's right.
How many times have you been watching a game? Many sports fans have said this at their TV on a Sunday. Let them score. Right? Hashtag let them score is a thing.
I never want my defense to give up points.
Unless you need the ball back immediately because you're down 2 scores and the scoring's not as important as the time that's on the clock. So what's a bigger bastardization of the sport? A defense just letting a guy score?
Right.
Or just saying like, no, give them the points, give me the ball, let's make this a little bit more
But then we haven't let them score off because then the defense is like, no, we take 6 points from them.
They just keep going, we take 6 points
from
back and forth.
Exactly.
Now
All
we're
of a
getting
sudden
to
the
Dave.
score's
I like that
96,
strategy.
92.
You want to give me 6 points? No, you get 6 points.
No, I get 6 points
because
back.
I want the clock. Wow.
Dave's mind was
We
just
stunned.
blown.
Yeah, I stunned him. My bad, Dave. Go ahead, Dave. Then let him score off. My bad.
This is great because Football America does do exactly this today, is things that we can do, things we can incorporate from other sports into football to make the greatest sport even better. I went the direction of like fight songs, the dressing around it. If you're talking about halftime shows, Mike Ryan, the thing that college football and in fact soccer at large has over pro football is the fans singing in the stands and the fight songs and all of that kind of stuff. I would love for that to happen. I think it's the UFL that has this rule, though my long-standing one. Let's replace the stupid Pro Bowl that nobody gives a crap about with the Loser Bowl. Have the 2 worst teams play each other, and the winner gets the first overall pick in the next draft. That would be the greatest thing. And then the curmudgeon say, who would want to watch that? The answer is every football fan would want to watch that. We're draft obsessed, if you haven't noticed.
Right,
Everybody
but Dave,
would
why
buy
would?
into that.
But if the number 1 pick in the draft, like this year, it's Fernando Mendoza. He's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. Why would the quarterback for the Raiders want to win that game so then he loses his job?
Exactly. Team A wants to run the ball. That's how their offense is built. They love to run the ball. The problem is they're going up against a team that's number one at stopping the run. Figure it out, coach. That's your job. If you don't think the quarterback is going to try, then go with another quarterback. I mean, and by the way, for professional reasons, you can't put bad tape out there. You can't tank a game openly like that in front of the public. No one would ever hire you to be their quarterback ever again. So for better or worse, you would try if you're the current quarterback of a team and you're playing to give your team the right to draft your replacement.
What about the 4th and 12 conversion instead of an onside kick? Nobody gets onside kicks anymore because you also have to announce them beforehand, so they've eliminated the surprise onside kick because the players are way out.
You're not even allowed to do it before the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you have to announce it. I like the 4th and 12 conversion rule. I think the NFL should.
I hate that.
Really?
That feels very. I get it.
You want 4th and 13?
The onside kick is one of the most exciting things, the scarcity of it and how rarely it worked, even when it was working periodically. I mean, now it has zero chance of working. But again, this is a contrivance that feels like you're watching a game show in the final round where you can win the first 3 rounds, but then the other guy can win the whole thing just by winning the final round because there are more points available.
Honestly,
to you. It feels foolish.
No, Dave, let's pretend we're just building this sport. We are starting the sport of football. The past has never happened.
Great invention.
All right? Yeah. All right. First off, credit to us. We invented football.
Wow. Clap it up. Let's go.
How did we come
up? Give it a better name because there's very little feet.
How did we come up with this ball?
All right. Yeah, it's oblong. We got that issue. All right? But that makes it easier to throw in the air. All right? More aerodynamic. Wow. What do you think is a better way if a team wants to get the ball back after scoring? Kicking this oblong ball a mandatory distance of 10 yards, and hopefully you get the right bounce, or we actually line up an offense versus a defense, and we go for 4th and 12.
That one.
And you do one play.
Yeah, that one for sure.
I'm not crazy. You're crazy. The onside kick is crazy.
Got to be 4th and 15.
Yes, that's a carnival sideshow attraction, the onside kick. 4th and 12, that's football.
I guess so. Also, my problem is, though, that when everything has already skewed towards whatever favors the offense, I think we've reached a place where you would see a lot of conversions on that. Would that be a good thing? I mean, you'd start to see scores like, I think it wouldn't be, it's not wild to suggest that you would see some 61-54 kind of final scores with semi-regularity if you started to do that, because you would understand that if you're down by a couple of scores in the second half, that offense, if you have a good quarterback and a good offense, that you would probably try to go for it a lot more than teams currently do.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but also, especially for a spring football league that has already got the deck stacked against them, right, to get eyes and attention. I mean, if you're tuning into a blowout, you want as many opportunities as you can in the game for the other team to get back into it. Give me some drama here, because I don't want to watch good football teams in a blowout. The hell, I'm going to watch perceived bad football teams in a blowout.
But the shortcut to this is Le'Veon Bell is our starting running back. Antonio Brown has now been signed to be a wide receiver. Like I say, the names are out there. It's weird that they're not grabbing to get these people. That's how your league resonates. It's why the reason the AFL made it was because they outspent to get Joe Namath and some other big name guys coming out of school in the 60s. That's why it made it. And the USFL almost made it. I can't remember the owner who really mucked things up and tried to force it into the fall too soon. But either way, the USFL was about to make it because they did exactly what I'm talking about. People forget about Steve Young and
they signed Zonka too, didn't they?
No, that's the 70s league.
Yeah, that's the 70s.
World Football League, Jim Kick and Zonka and all of those guys. But I'm talking about the 80s, please keep up. It really was. Talk about somebody who has a chip on his shoulder. I love the USFL. I was gaga for it for its 2 or 3 year window of relevance. But like Herschel Walker would be unquestionably a Hall of Famer right now if he had not gone off to the USFL. And there are a number of guys who probably fit that description. But they threw money at these guys to do it. Steve Young, like I say, and Jim Kelly and otherwise. And that seems to be the answer. We can talk about good halftime shows. And Mercury Morris, maybe. I don't know.
Protein is now at Starbucks, and it's never tasted so good. You can add protein cold foam to your favorite drink or try one of our new protein lattes or matcha. Try it today at Starbucks.
Your little one grew 3 inches overnight. Adorable. Also, expensive. Sell their pint-sized pieces on Depop and list them in minutes with no selling fees. Because somewhere, a dad refuses to pay full price for the clothes his kids will outgrow tomorrow. And he's ready to buy your son's entire wardrobe right now. Consider your future growth spurt budget secured. Start selling on Depop, where taste recognizes taste. Payment processing fees and boosting fees still apply. See website for details.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast? Smart move. Being financially savvy? Smart move. Another smart move? Having State Farm help you create a competitive price when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Dan Le Batard.
My algorithm on Instagram is, damn, it's all boobs.
Stugotz.
It's a good algorithm.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I like reminiscing about the old rules, the old gimmicks that the XFL used to be. Do you remember they had a cheerleader locker room cam? They had a camera.
Sorry.
Cheerleaders' dressing room.
No, they didn't.
Attitude Era. Yeah, Ryan Clement was the opening game starter. He was a former University of Miami quarterback.
Tommy Maddox.
Yeah, he was starting for the Las Vegas Outlaws in this game, and they did like a pregame interview where he was in a hot tub surrounded by cheerleaders.
Hell yeah.
What a time to be alive.
We're so close to being back to that.
We are. Thank God. Whoa, it's been a long 25 years.
As soon as Clavicular gets out of prison, he'll be on it.
Yeah, maybe he can play quarterback for the Stallions.
Tony, what was I hearing from you this morning where you're upset with some of your friends with the way that they call you?
Yeah, there's a bit of a situation going on that I like to call, are we friends? It's the are we friends paradox, right? We all have each other's numbers in our phones. Everybody, there's nobody that I know that memorizes everybody's number, and then a random number calls them like, oh, that's Jeremy.
Isn't that
that's
crazy?
Chris.
Like if you ask me right now, I can remember, I know my phone number from my original house when I was a kid. Moved
Same.
out of there when I was 11,
Same.
all right? I know that phone number still. I could tell you it right now, okay? If you also ask me right now, what are I have 2 teenage boys. What are their phone numbers? I have no clue.
Really?
I have no clue what their phone number is.
Seems to be an important one.
I know my parents, my wife, and my brother.
I know my wife. I don't know my dad. I know my wife's. I know my mother's. I don't know my dad's cell phone. I don't know my boy's number.
I know everybody's number in my family by heart. So, like, I know all of those. But all of you guys, like, I have you guys saved. Like, my friends.
What's my number?
954 something.
Okay.
So all of you guys, 954.
He got it.
Damn it. He nailed
Except
it.
Zaz.
I'm 305 till I die.
Zaz is 305 till you die. You're a 786 guy.
What? Fuck you!
So, all of a sudden.
Is Mike learning he's 786?
I'm not 786!
I have an issue where somebody in my life answers the phone like if they don't know who I am. So every time I call them,
I can do a good, I don't know who this is. Hello.
Tring, tring.
Hello?
Exactly right.
Wow. Wait, he answers it like a question?
Like a question, like, who is this? Like if it's a number that he doesn't
Or you like
have
disguise
saved.
the voice? Hello.
No, but it's
That's what I do. If I don't know the number, hello.
No,
Wait,
but
so
it's
do you have a problem with them answering hello or them answering hello like they're confused?
confused. Because this is a back and forth that, like, I'm calling because we're talking back and forth and I'm answering a question. I have to ask somebody else. I have to call you back, whatever. And it's the same answer. Hello? And it just got me thinking, like, do you not have my number saved in your phone? Do you know who I am?
Could this just be their hello? Maybe that's just how they say hello.
They never say hello as a statement.
Maybe they're just always like, hello?
Walk into a room.
Hello? It's always with a question mark. And it's like, I'm a very, I don't know, a friendly guy when I talk on the phone.
Yeah.
So like, hey, like Jeremy called me. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's going on?
Exactly.
Zaz called me. Hey, what's up? Like, talk to me. He was
I
just
feel like when I call you, you're just like, yo.
Or
Yo's a good one, though.
But
I feel like I'm not getting the proper response from Tony.
Next time you call me, I'll make sure that I give you a more zapped up response.
Thank you.
But this one
Now,
was...
would we know the person?
We would. And I don't want to put their
it's
business
a
out there.
coworker?
It's somebody that is close in the vicinity.
Man, why did Lewis answer the phone
why did
like
Lewis
that?
do that?
I don't know why Lewis does that. It's not Lewis. I'm not going to say who it is. But it's somebody amongst us in our midst.
Why did
that
Danny B
answers
do
me
that
with
to
a
you?
hello with a question mark? And I know you have my number in your phone, and I have your number in my phone, and everybody knows. But you answer me with a hello with a question mark, like you don't know who I am. So my question is,
It could be Rose.
are we friends?
She can be awkward.
No, it's not Rose, Buddy.
Okay.
No, Buddy's good. I need to know if this person has my name in their phone, or if they don't.
I do have an issue recently with my
Hello?
phone where I have saved numbers. I know I've gone through the process of saving them. I'll even say Matt Sullivan, who works for our program. Every time I get a text from him, it says maybe Matt Sullivan. I've saved his contact over and over and over again. My phone won't save it.
I love the maybes.
And so if I get a phone call,
They're never wrong.
It doesn't always say that. On the text, it'll say
They are
maybe. On the
absolutely
phone call, it won't. No, they're
me.
sometimes wrong.
No. I
Never?
just love. Maybe it's this guy Steve.
Yeah, maybe. But as a
Hello
result,
is a Tony, please. I'm sorry. I'm with you completely. The hello, I think movies had it right forever ago. Weird thing, because people in movies don't say hello. They just start talking when they pick the phone up. It is a weird way to acknowledge that the conversation is beginning. Before it's a hello with a question mark. People don't talk that way except on the phone. But as far as that goes, I'm surprised that you answer the phone. Do you answer the phone if you don't know who is calling you?
No, and that's the thing. It usually says spam likely, or the new update on the iPhone won't even give me the call. It'll just send it straight to voicemail, spam, and then I'll open my phone. And it's like, oh, you have a missed call.
Wow.
I look at it, and it's from like some Dagestani number somewhere, and I'm like, okay, good thing they didn't call me. But I'm a big phone talker. I like talking on the phone. Like Dave, if you call me, we'll talk. Right? Like, I'm not the guy that's like, no, don't call me, text me.
I'm out for that.
No, I want to talk on the phone. I want to hear the tone of your voice. I want to hear the cut of your jib.
You can text me.
Not interested in taking anybody's call, so much so, in fact, that the world at large knows. Don't call me and expect me to answer the phone. My sister sent me a meme a couple of days ago that it said, it laid out a hypothetical that you get $1 billion if you can call somebody on your phone list.
In a pinch and them actually pick up?
And no, they don't pick up. You get $1 million. My sister said I would call you because I know you wouldn't answer. And I said, wrong. I've trained you to not call me for random casual conversation. So that means if I do see you calling me or our mother calling me, I know it's an emergency and somebody has died. So I must answer the phone. So I would answer the phone in that situation. But otherwise, don't bother calling me to kibitz. What do I'm a busy man. Please.
You were at a bar watching a game from 6 months ago. What are you talking about? You're busy. Give you a call and talk about the game. Come on.
Do you not? So Tony, if someone calls you, who you know, a friend, do you answer with hello or do you go right into conversation?
I've never answered the phone with hello ever in my life. Hey, what's going on? What's up? What are we doing? Where you at?
I always
what's the
answer
play?
hello. I always say hello.
No, never.
I
never say hello.
Spanish speakers don't say hola. What is the standard?
A lot of things. Dímelo. Oigo. ¿Cómo estamos?
¿Qué lo que?
¿Qué lo que?
When it's a work call,
that's what people would say. Yeah.
When it's a work call, it's hey, whatever their name is. How's it going? Hey, Jeremy, what's up?
No, I always
That's
say
right.
hello.
Hey, Tony, what's up? That's how I answer work calls.
I like how Mike answers the phone because sometimes Mike answers the phone in the studio and he's got to like take a call and leave and he goes, "Hey, it's Mike Ryan."
Well, that depends when I'm expecting a number, a call potentially from a number that I won't recognize, so I self-identify. Usually the way that I answer the call is, hey, I can't talk right now.
Text me.
It's bad time.
Hey, I'm going through a tunnel.
When I was a kid, I used to answer the house phone with hi.
I used
Squeaky
to
voice
too.
Asla?
I always used to, and they would always respond, hi, ma'am. Hey, ma'am.
I used to answer with hi. And my parents would get mad at me. Like, that's not how you.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone answer the phone.
There
that
was
way.
nothing more emasculating than answering.
That's like the
phone
high
as a
talker in
kid.
Seinfeld.
And hello, ma'am. I want to talk to you about this cleaning product.
In your 20s, when you think you're cool, it's yo. You answer ring.
In your 20s when you think you're cool. What does that mean?
Yo.
I answer yo.
I used to be a big yo guy, not anymore.
Yo, what's up?
Did you guys see this morning?
Did you say that?
You know, athletes, star players some of them have nicknames, okay? Nicknames are cool if you're an athlete, right? And apparently, Caleb Williams, quarterback for the Browns, he's trying to trademark.
Caleb Williams is not a quarterback for the Browns because I'd be a Browns fan.
For the Bears.
For the Bears, like I said. Caleb Williams.
Those Bears are brown.
Larry Zonka also.
Quarterback for the Bears. He's trying to trademark his nickname. He wants to trademark the name Iceman.
Oh, come on.
Dave, did you see this? George Gervin.
The Iceman.
I'm outraged.
Yeah, go ahead. You saw this.
I mean, listen, sports has an Iceman. It's not in question. How lacking in creativity are we as a society that this is where we've reached now? This isn't the first time it's happened. Obviously, we have Aaron Rodgers deciding to be A-Rod. We already have an A-Rod, man. And LaDainian Tomlinson, yep, I'm LT now. No. We already have an LT in your sport, man, and he was better than you, as good as you were. What are we doing? And by the way, this is a whole new layer of awful because I don't even know if George Gervin can rightly say he might be I don't think he's the OG Iceman because Iceman, I don't know when Iceman made the scene in Marvel Comics, but he's out there. And then, of course, you have Iceman Val Kilmer, Tom Cruise's Maverick's arch nemesis in the skies. Who is the greatest Iceman of them all? I'll tell you one who isn't. Caleb Williams. He's a thief.
What is the most egregious stealing of nickname? Because I would tell you, if somebody says Mello, you can't be talking about LaMelo Ball.
No, it's Mello.
Because people call LaMelo Ball Mello. Like, you're not Mello.
You know who's another thief? Bam Adebayo, Dwight Howard, Superman. You can't be Superman. Shaq's Superman.
Oh, is that right? He's trying to take Superman.
You remember when he did the dunk
No,
contest and he
he's
took off
Dwight
his thing
Howard.
and he had the Superman thing?
Yeah, it's actually Dwight Howard, not the Philippines Dwight Howard. It's a whole thing.
Which is Bam Adebayo.
I also call myself King James.
After the Bible?
This is outrageous.
stole it.
We have to put our foot down. We have to put our foot down as collectively. We can't allow this. Just like, well, yeah, but George Gervin played a couple of generations ago, so we can put that name back into the pipeline. No, we cannot.
I've got a better nickname for
There
Caleb
cannot
Williams.
be another Mean Joe, can there?
I got one too.
Look, when someone is clutch, they usually describe them as nails.
Yes, that's it.
What do we know about Caleb Williams outside of his, he comes in through the clutch and he paints his nails.
Nails, baby.
He should be Nails.
Nails Williams?
He should be Nails Williams. Is a badass.
Nails Williams?
What's up,
pretty
Nails?
dope.
What's up, Nails?
That's not bad.
Marvelous.
Hello,
Marvelous.
Nails?
He should drop the lawsuit, and we should sue Caleb Williams because he's trying to make his nickname the Iceman when his nickname should be Nails.
But what if the nickname, like, is it okay if it's a different sport? Because
Lenny
Dykstra was Nails.
I think this one's fine. Wait, what do you mean? We can forget Lenny Dykstra. No one can.
What are you doing?
It's pretty unforgettable. Dave, though, outraged.
Williams.
Outraged.
Yes,
over the
but
Iceman.
this one
I'm
makes
over the
sense.
moon.
He paints his nails.
We all park our cars in that garage.
Dave, I'll call you about it later. We'll talk.
Ryan.
So, like I was saying before, Dave, which
Straight to
Sweet 16
voicemail.
matchup you most looking forward to tonight?
Michigan. I don't know. I don't give a good goddamn about that. I'm all about the chase. The final 10 games for the people are missing out. NBA, this and NFL draft that. What you're missing is the home stretch of the regular season.